So the reality of it, fellas, is that y'all are looking for that girl to give you the reassurance that you should be giving yourself. She is not going to stay emotionally attached to you. She's going to be like, oh yeah, this is what he had on. Matter of fact, I am not seeing him again. So really be cautious with. Hello everyone. So welcome to my dating and self-improvement podcast. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the biggest turnoffs out here that fellas be doing. I hope after you hear these turnoffs, you guys stop doing these turnoffs. All right. So with that being said, give this video a huge thumbs up. Let me know if there's any other videos y'all want. If you want a part 2 of this video specifically, let me know by commenting down below. And so let's get into the first thing that I have, and this is poor footwear. Now, what kind of shoes are you throwing on when you step out through that door? Or if you're living with that girl now, what kind of shoes does she see that you have? So sometimes some fellas are selecting wrong footwear, poor footwear that they shouldn't really be wearing. It just doesn't make you look that attractive. It basically leads her to feel like you could do better. Or let's say like this, the guy that might have a better taste can do better than you. You're not having a nice style, putting yourself put together, matching things correctly, it won't look that good. And then on top of that, if you are not having a good footwear, you don't really have that much of a style. So when you select those shoes, try to select shoes that are actually going to look good on you. Select shoes that are also maybe out there that people are wearing and look really good on men. Dress shoes that look really good on men that they could pull off and they could actually be looking way more of a masculine guy, or let's say more of a professional guy. Those things really do matter. Think about when you go on that date. Imagine if you came to the date with sneakers and, maybe you weren't so dressed up, but you decided to wear sneakers. That wouldn't look so nice, right? Let's say you're not dressing up in a suit or anything, but if you come to that date wearing jeans and thinking you should just throw on some regular sneakers, she's gonna be like, oh yeah, this is what he had on. And yeah, I'm not remembering him. Matter of fact, I am not seeing him again. So really be cautious what type of shoes you put on. Don't just throw on whatever. And if it matches, that's gonna be a way better idea for y'all because you will have actually style and she could actually get turned on instead of getting turned off. If you do want to talk about ways to turn her on, or we could talk about turnoffs as well, we can do it during a consultation. Consultations can be about anything. It could be something else that's going on in your life. Make sure you do book by clicking the link down below. So let's get into the number 2 huge major turnoff. Number 2 is insecurities. Fellas, get rid of it before you are trying to talk to any girl. So y'all know self-improvement is very important. If you're not doing the back work, it's not going to allow that woman to want to stay with you. She much rather prefer to be with a guy that is confident, a guy that is very sure of himself. So when you are insecure, fellas, what's really happening a lot of times is that you're very much needing assurance from her. You really are dependent on her letting you know how much you're worthy, how much you're good enough. She actually wants to be with you, when it really starts with y'all working on yourself and doing the back work first, right? So if you are not putting in work in the gym, or let's say if you are not mentally getting stronger, and also the things that you do know yourself you have to be working on, if you're not putting no effort to improve that and you're dependent on this girl so much, she's not going to want to stay with you. So the reality of it, fellas, is that y'all are looking for that girl to give you the reassurance that you should be giving yourself. If you don't have that confidence right now, if you are feeling like I'm super insecure in this area right now, today, figure out what you could be doing to go ahead and make a change. So if it means it takes like a week or 2, that's okay. If it means it's going to happen within the next few days, let's start today so you are not insecure around this female. If you're in a relationship and she is telling you that, hey, I'm constantly having to tell you this, or she's trying to tell you, I love you, trying to make it clear to you, you're still having your own doubts, your own insecurities, you cannot be thinking she's going to want to stay with you. She's definitely going to get turned off. And what's going to happen next is that the reassurance that y'all are looking for, the reminders, the acceptance from her is not going to happen. And it's going to get worse on y'all. Your insecurity is going to grow the more you're dependent on her to give you that fulfillment. Instead of, let's say, showing it to her that you are insecure, showing it to her that you need her to give you that reassurance once more. Find it within yourself and make sure that you don't make that girl feel like she's the one that has to do the work for you. So fellas, if you are still struggling with this, take the time to actually work on yourself. And of course, like I said, she's gonna rather be with a man that's definitely confident and very much sure of himself and not actually looking for the reassurance from her. So if you can start doing that, you could actually make her be more turned on instead of turned off. Get the insecurities out the window. If she's not gonna want to be with somebody else, fellas, she's gonna definitely not want to be with you, so she doesn't have to deal with that specifically. Let's get into number 3. And number 3 3 is cocky attitude. Yes, for the fellas out there that are so full of themselves, always looking at themselves as only the prize and no other way, and that she should be praising you the way you already praise yourself, that is a huge turn off. Y'all should not be coming off too strong. You're just praising yourself so much. That is not confidence no more. That is just having her look at you as someone that's prideful, someone that is once again full of himself, does not know how to humble himself, right? Sometimes when you become very cocky and you have way too much pride, there is no looking at her and knowing that, okay, I need to calm down in this area. There is no back to humbling yourself and realizing, oh, you do have actual issues in this area. But when you're cocky, you need to work on not being full of yourself no more. When you're a cocky dude, she's just not gonna want to put up with that type of attitude. It's almost just given like, okay, if you think you're too good enough to be talking to her, if you can't calm yourself down, if you are just so stuck in your own head, your ego is so big, then she's gonna much rather deal with somebody that's gonna be way more humble, that's gonna be confident instead of cocky. So watch how much you're praising yourself so much. Watch how much you're making yourself to be such a prideful man. Take away the cocky attitude, your confidence can still show, but you don't need to have that type of attitude. All right. And before I get into number 4, don't forget about Patreon. It got those extra explicit videos, exclusive videos y'all won't ever see on YouTube ever, and other things y'all won't see on here. So if you do want to catch up, want to go see it all, make sure you click the Patreon link down below to do so. And so let's get into number 4. Number 4 is unwanted pregnancy. So this might shock some fellas out here, but this is a major one because it is about the timing being wrong. It's giving her, I don't want to do that, and I much rather remove my emotional attachment to you, because she is not ready for that pregnancy. So sometimes when she thinks about the trauma that she could go through, imagine that trauma happening now that she found out she is pregnant and she didn't even try to get pregnant. She didn't want to get pregnant. Let's be real. Some fellas out here do want to get that woman pregnant, do want to put a baby in her, maybe way before she wants to, or maybe you bring up the idea and she's just not about it. Also, of course, we know sometimes things happen, right? So back to the unwanted pregnancy, if let's say she is feeling a lot of pressure from you where it's like, oh, you want that pregnancy right now, you want that baby, it could cause her to go ahead and not want to actually stay with you. So when she gets turned off by the idea of the unwanted pregnancy, again, she will go ahead and separate herself from you, give you that distance, because now she is not going to stay emotionally attached to you. She much rather lose those feelings instead of going through what could be happening next that she does not want to happen. Instead of the unwanted pregnancy, she much rather not be with you, avoid it at all costs. That's right back to giving you that distance. And fellas, y'all know she got to carry the baby for 9 months and all the other things that she has to go through pregnancy. It's a lot. She's not going to want to actually go through that if she's not ready, if the timing is not right, and she's going to get turned off by you pursuing that, trying to make it happen, trying to find a way, or putting it in her mind when she's not ready. All right, let's get into the last thing on my list, and this is selfish attitude. So right back to attitude. We already talked about the cocky attitude, but now to switch it up and give you another huge turnoff is that selfish attitude. So when you have that selfish attitude, what is happening is that you're showing that you don't have that interest at her. Genuinely, you don't really care to be showing that love, or you're really just thinking about yourself, doing it more so for yourself at most times, or let's say all the time for some fellas. There's a lack of interest. You're not really about it. What she's gonna do is separate herself once again. She's gonna much rather not be with you, knowing that yes, you are not really feeling her that way. And again, more so, you are all about yourself. You are thinking for yourself. So when you don't show your interest being best at heart, she's gonna separate herself from you, and she's gonna know that it's not really that real, or you definitely gotta change that attitude that's selfish of yours. All right, I hope what I said to you guys today helped y'all, and that you guys go ahead and make sure that it's not happening no more. One of these things you should be doing because they're major turnoffs, and I hope this video was helpful. Make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up if you still haven't, and of course, if you want a part 2 or any other videos, let me know by commenting down below. Go ahead and check out Patreon with all those videos y'all won't see on here, and let's get on the line and talk about what's going on, fellas. Click that link and we can talk about it. Y'all will see me in my next video. Bye, y'all. And y'all, the Elevate sweatshirt is officially available, and y'all could see it is embroidered stitch. So it is high quality and it is champion. Y'all can see the logo right there. And it comes in this amazing box, super secured, y'all. As you guys can see, it is vacuum sealed. You will get your package delivered right to you quickly, and it is gonna come super, super tight.